We're gonna cut this out. It's fine. Okay. Hi, Jen.
Hi, Mal.
It's just us today.
Soloing.
And we are here to give a season 2 recap, which is mind-boggling.
It feels like we started yesterday.
Yeah, and we are 6 months in.
We're already recording season 3 interviews.
It's so wild. Like, we have gotten some really freaking cool guests on here. And we've heard so many great stories, and like we've laughed and cried and all of the things.
Oh my God, right?
So how do you feel, friend?
I really feel like when we started this, it was just a little like love project, like little side gig.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was something fun we were going to do. But now
it's a passion project.
And like every time I hear somebody's story, I'm just like, okay, this is why we're here. Like, this is what I'm doing here. Like, I'm not a journalist, but I play one on TV. So like I really feel like I'm doing the damn thing out here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm, not saying as much sometimes.
Yeah, we're improving. We're
working on it.
We're seeing where our flaws are, and we're growing every day.
Yes. Our baby podcast is now starting 2nd grade.
Yes, it's amazing. No, it just finished 2nd grade.
Oh,
we're going into 3rd grade.
3rd grade.
So let's do a little season 2 recap.
A little revisit to the season.
Yeah. So we kicked off our season with sweet baby Aaron.
Oh, Aaron. Who, by the way, you guys, just for an update, if you listen to that episode, Aaron did not go back and train jiu-jitsu after he said he was going in that weekend. So
what a little shit.
Lying motherfucker. Anyways, just so you guys know, we do still love him very much.
And we love seeing his rock climbing content.
Oh, and he cut his hair off too, you guys.
Oh, wow.
That long hair we discussed, no longer.
Oh, I bet he's still beautiful.
Yes, of course. But go back and listen to that one. So
yeah, that was a good episode. If you haven't listened, go ahead and do that.
Then we got to talk with Bet.
Oh, Bet. I relate to her in so many ways. I remember like after we recorded with her, pretty sure I cried driving home from here. Because I can just relate to her on so many levels, like in regards to like family and grief and all that stuff that we talked about. And I wish that she lived closer because we would be besties, I think. So shout out, Bet. Thank you for talking to us.
Yes. And you guys, if you haven't heard her recap of our Master Worlds event, definitely go check that out because... It's not funny if I tell it, but when we talk about it together, it's funny.
Who was next? Kenny.
Oh, Kenny. Everybody tells me that Kenny's episode just makes them so relaxed and calm.
Exactly. Like we were not kidding when we said we wanted him to have a podcast, like a put me to sleep pod.
I'm going to send him this recap, like a special text so that he hears us say that and maybe he'll let us do that podcast.
Yeah, maybe.
Also, guess what I saw on Temu yesterday? A crow call.
Seriously?
I'm not joking.
Did you get it?
No, but I thought about getting it for Kenny.
Oh, man. Yeah. So, man, it's weird because I can't even remember how long it was ago that we chatted with him, but it was right after he got rid of the mustache.
Oh, yeah.
And he still doesn't have the mustache, and I'm still not used to it.
I know.
Every time I see it, I still am like, your face looks naked.
It's like disarming.
Yeah.
But like, I'm always like slightly like, wait a minute. Is that the same guy?
Yeah. No, don't worry, Kenny. You're still a babe.
Bring it back. Then we got to talk to Branch.
Branchy.
Branch's episode was like, I just want to talk to him so much more because I feel like his entire life I have so many more questions.
We're going to have to do a part 2 on Branch because...
like a long, deep dive.
He is a special human. And like, speaking of Branch, he came to one of my morning classes last week. and we were working on triangles. So I was like, Branchy, you want to teach these? He's like, no.
He didn't teach them?
No.
Branch has a fucking legit black belt triangle, and I'm not just saying that.
Nasty. So
I saw him I don't think he even broke a sweat on Tuesday night's class, and he was literally just slowly and methodically just triangling everybody from every position. And then Jesse knows the triangle's coming, so he just quietly set up a darce. No expression, no thought to it, just set it up and tap that motherfucking brown belt out.
I love it. Branchy. Way to go, Branchy. We love you. And then we had a 2-parter with Maddie.
Yes.
Because we had so much to talk to her about that we had to do 2 calls.
Absolutely.
We had to break it down because we had so much to talk to her about. She's so fascinating. I love her story.
She just has this full circle life moment that's she's lost something that she loves because of an injury, and then she comes all the way back through most of her life. Same injury creeps up again, and then she just deals with it completely different. And I love how she's able to just really tell you from start to finish, this is what happened the first time, and then here I am now just killing it out there. So shout out to Maddie.
Definitely a story of resilience. But speaking of resilience, our next guest,
Shirley Pants.
Shirley,
I fucking love you so much.
I love you too, Shirley. And we were so happy to have her on our podcast. She's just a strong, beautiful person with
funny as hell,
with a great story. And we miss her, and we hope to talk to her again soon.
Shirley, I owe you a text, by the way. We were supposed to be camping on Sunday, and life got in the way, so we'll get together soon. And then we caught up with Raphael.
One of the most influential jiu-jitsu partners that I've had in my career. As you've heard me say a million times, but I'm a 10 out of 10 fan of Raphael.
Good shit going on there for sure. And then we spoke to
Blue.
Yeah.
So next we had Blue, aka neurodivergent grappler.
Yes,
That was a great
catch up with that on Instagram too. I think that episode, I was surprised. We never know what's going to hit, but a lot of you have downloaded and listened to that episode. So it definitely, I hope it's resonating with everyone.
I think it resonates with more people than we realized it would.
Right.
I had a revelation.
Do you want to talk about that
podcast? Because I growing up, I always had mild OCD symptoms, right? And, I've worked with people on the neurodivergent spectrum. But I never considered myself on that spectrum because
women don't have things like that.
I just, it's wild because people joke around all the time. And this reminded me of what Blue was saying about how people always say oh, you got a touch of the tism. That's kind of a running joke.
Right.
And how it can be frustrating or offensive to people.
Annoying as fuck.
Yeah. And then it got me thinking, I'm yeah, I can relate to that because sometimes when people are ugh, I'm so OCD, about little things, it can really irritate me.
Because they don't know what it means.
Yeah. And because now, as I've gotten older, I've had a lot of exacerbating symptoms with that, going through a lot of grief and a lot of things over the past 5-6 years. My OCD really became a problem. And I just still never considered it a neurodivergent thing. And then that conversation with her made me think, wait, shit, no, my brain does work differently. Yes. Because I have OCD and I'm on some great medications now, so shit doesn't keep me up at night. But my brain does work differently because of that, and I handle things differently. So it's just I learned a lot about myself that
Do you want to explain a little bit about what OCD actually is? Because it's not straightening your fucking magazines on the the coffee table.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, that's not what it is.
Yeah. So I'll just give you like my two biggest examples, I think. So I think that the worst thing for me, intrusive thoughts. Like, and that was something that I've always had, like intrusive thoughts like my whole life, really. And then like I would say when I lost my cousin, I started like having them even more. And like actually I think back, like BJ's always thought I was a little crazy because like we would be like when we first started dating and like I have scenarios for every single situation that we were in. I'd be like, this is how we could die in this scenario.
It's the jump to conclusions, Matt.
I am constantly like, that's why like my brain is always thinking of the worst situation and I like can perseverate on it. And it's like not healthy.
No.
And like,
not fun, right?
Yeah. And we used to kind of joke about it where like, I'm like in thought and we're driving somewhere and BJ will be like, what are you thinking about? And I'm like, I don't want to say. And then his response is, okay, how could we die in this situation? Because he knows that's where my brain is.
Does it help to talk it out?
Sometimes, and then sometimes it just is
Makes
dark.
It worse.
Yeah. So, but then, man, I was like I do have a thing with cleaning, which that has gotten better. But like I would stay up at night, like perseverating on the fact that like there were still dishes on the sink. Like I wouldn't be able to sleep. I had this thing for a while where when I was sorting out my medicine into my medicine thing, like I would have to pour the pills in my hand and I would have to have the perfect amount or I would start over. Yeah. So like say like I needed 14 of these pills and I dump some out and I've got 15. I'm like, nope, put it all back. I got it. Like, so there is
You're
like
playing Yahtzee every time.
So it's like there's the numbers component to it. And then like you feel like you don't have control of things. So another thing that I do like when I'm anytime I'm traveling, I think that kind of like maybe triggers a little bit. Sure. But I am like very like obsessive about my suitcase. And like when we are away somewhere, like I will like every night unpack my suitcase and repack my suitcase. So like I know everything that I have and everything's organized how I want. And like when I was home after my most recent death that I had to deal with.
Not the death of you.
But I literally like stayed up every night that I was in Florida for my grandmother's funeral and stuff. But I stayed up every night and like 7 times every night I would take everything out of my suitcase, make it perfect and put it back in my suitcase. And it was like, I have to do this many times before I can sleep. And like, just, it really does like impact how you function like on a day to day. And like, you know, thankfully I do feel like much more balanced because I am on some different medication that's been really helpful. And I don't find myself having as many intrusive thoughts, but I definitely do. Yeah. So it's definitely, so I kind of related to that. That was a long-winded way of saying like, okay, yeah, I understand why that would be like touch of the tism or like I'm so OCD.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So like shout out to Blue for like opening my eyes and helping me realize that, oh, I can really relate to like somebody's brain working differently, being wired differently, whatever it is, autism, ADHD, like all of the things.
Any of it.
So
then there are a lot of things that are under this umbrella of neurodivergent.
It's a big
just
umbrella.
A different brain is what that boils down to.
Yeah. So I hope that episode like related to a lot of people. Maybe it helps a lot of people realize things about themselves because it really helped me.
I love it. And then you got to go home.
Yes.
And chatted with Michael. Michael's episode for me was like everything. So first of all, shout out to Professor Michael. Thank you so much for recording that. But also, I really want to train with him. He's like perfect size for me to train with. Yep. He knows how to do jujitsu. And I just have like such a respect for especially a smaller person, like running a gym. You have to beat everybody. And he didn't sound like a dick. So tell us about that.
That was like, it was so... I just really, really admire him. I think he's so awesome. And like, He's such a family man. He's a great business owner. He's very welcoming, and kind and smart and all the things. But I gotta say, like, I was like really nervous doing a podcast all by myself.
You did great.
So it was really, but I mean, it was all him. Like he made it so easy, like right off the bat. Like it's exactly how it was when I first started training at his gym. Like I immediately felt like welcome and at home. Yeah. And like as soon as we sat down and started recording, it was like
you could feel
smooth,
that too.
Like, yeah.
Very comfortable.
So again, like that was a really good episode, and I was really anxious for you to listen to it because you weren't here.
Yeah.
Or you weren't with me. So
I was excited.
Oh, this is so weird. But yeah,
it came out fantastic.
Yeah, that was, I always say like, oh, that's one of my favorites. That really is one of my favorites.
Well, I think so too. And
it's my favorite one that I've done by myself. By far, by leaps and bounds.
Good job.
Yeah. And then somebody we touched base with on Instagram that we connected with, Dr. Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh, she's incredible.
Yeah.
Dr. Megan Jimenez. If you guys are not following her and you are a human that does jiu-jitsu or any kind of sport, you're going to get hurt and you're going to need to have some advice, right? So her Instagram page is really cool. She's got all kinds of videos and some insight on things, and she has her website and her podcast and her book, and
she's just really like, she has endless titles, right? Like orthopedic surgeon, jiu-jitsu black belt,
U.S.
Army major. She just went on her first deployment, so shout out to her.
Yes,
she's out there doing her fucking thing, and we are just
keeping our
inspired.
Soldiers moving.
Yeah, we are inspired by her, so we were super pumped to be able to have her on.
No, that was definitely like one of those things that I was like, wait, is this real? Yeah. Like this lady wants to talk to us?
Yeah,
I was really excited.
So exciting. Yeah.
And then we rounded out the season with
my
Maria.
idol.
And I always say her last name wrong because I'm white as fuck, but it's
Hufato.
And I always call her Rafato. So those of you, so sorry for mispronouncing, but also shout out to Maria. She talked a lot about her life and
her jiu-jitsu career and
moving from Brazil to America as a young adult.
She is cool as fuck, for lack of better words.
And I always forget she's so young, like, and she's just great. Like, I love her abilities and her confidence.
She's wise beyond her years, for sure. I'm excited to see what's next for her.
I am too. Yeah. I think she's going to take over the jiu-jitsu world. Like, it's coming. Her time is coming.
Well, she's blowing up the jiu-jitsu scene. So.
Definitely search her on YouTube. Follow her on Instagram. All the IBJJF pages have her. Flo's got her. Like, you can really find Maria anywhere right now. She's on fire.
Yeah. Something really big that happened during this season was Jenn getting promoted to brown belt.
Yes.
So we did a one-on-one pod, me and Jenn, reflecting on her jiu-jitsu career so far and how it felt to become a brown belt and what that meant to her.
I know. I don't think I even had all the words then. And then actually it's funny because the day we recorded that, we actually interviewed Dr. Jimenez immediately following. She said the words I needed. So again, shout out Megan. But it was, it's kind of like still processing. So and I don't think I've trained since then. Like I wore my brown belt, one time. So we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, that's a story for another pod.
When my trainer comes on, we'll talk about that.
But it has been a super fun season, and we've already got some interviews recorded, and we've got some more lined up for just some great guests coming forward, and we'll drop like a sneak peek soon.
Yeah, once we get everybody on the calendar. Season 3 is
coming in hot.
Also, season 3 is so far all people that I have never met in person or at all.
Except Victoria.
Well, nobody knows who she is because she brand new white belt baby girl.
That's true. Okay.
So Victoria, you can stay on here. However, when that episode drops, you guys definitely be ready for it because a little sneak peek. Mallory and I are not religious people, and Victoria is a deeply religious person. Mm-hmm. And I adored our conversation that we were able to have. So coming up in season 3, you're going to get a wider perspective on how people's religious beliefs or not influence the way they train jujitsu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it was super fascinating because I think we live in a divisive time sometimes. A lot of times. Yeah. And I like to learn about different religions, even though I don't identify with any religions. And Victoria is the kind of person that you can talk to her about anything. You never feel judged or
pressured to believe as she does.
So she's just incredible. And that's a conversation that we haven't had or broached with anybody else. So I think that'll be a really unique episode, and I'm excited to share it.
I'm excited too. So there's your little recap for season 2, sneak peek for season 3.
And more sneak peeks to come.
We can't wait. So we will catch you guys soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Check us out on Instagram at Chokeholds and Chill Pod, or shoot us a message at chokeholdsandchillpod@gmail.com.